Alright, so I'm Ryan Yoder. This is Tunes Tag 2022, and this is my first YouTube video, so I got questions here curated by Tunes from the Man Cave, who I've been watching for quite some time now, so I'm just going to jump right into it. So question 1 is favorite jazz find of 2021. I got 2 here. I found them together, and I got quite the story for them too, but I took a trip to Texas to go see my cousin because she had moved out there, and we went out to this little town out there, kind of in the middle of nowhere. I'm not gonna name the town because there's still some gold in there that the guy wouldn't sell to me, but I found Mobley's Message, OG Deep Groove Mono, and then I also found Hank Mobley's Roll Call, OG Mono. So I don't get any luckier than that. I can't see myself finding anything better than those two, especially at the same time. So number 2 is favorite reissue in 2021. I actually got this opened, so I didn't get this sealed, but I got this from my local shop. Somebody had I guess turned it into them, so I got a open copy. It's still near mint, but it's the Raw Job by Lee Morgan. There was the original came out in the 80s, and I think it was a Japan release. I'm not too sure, but it came out in the 80s, and then they did a tone poet for it. And I tell you, this is probably one of my favorite Lee Morgan albums, aside from Search for the New Land. This is up there. So. And then question 3 is favorite new jazz release of 2021, and it's Palo Alto by Thelonious Monk. This is the RSD release. I actually went to my local shop and it was sold out, so then I hopped on eBay and I paid like 50 some dollars, so I think it's gone down to 30, but I got it, so I'm not complaining. Then question 4 is a saxophone-led jazz session. So I got Art Pepper Meets the Rhythm section. I really have no words for this. This is a OG mono, and it's got the blue text rather than the red text, which is basically the same pressing, but this is, I guess you could say it's true first pressing. But I scored this my local shop called Good Boy Vinyl, and there were some other grails I got there too in the same day, and I'm sure I pissed some people off. There were some guys in there giving me some mean looks, but I'm sure they were after this one, so I'm pretty happy with that. It's probably a VG Plus copy. It's VG Plus. It's still good for me anyway. So, and because I got this, I didn't get the RSD release, so I would have gotten it, but I have this, so I don't really need it. So then the next question, number 5, is a trumpet-led jazz session. So this is one of my favorites, Hub Tunes by Freddie Hubbard. I'm sure everybody loves this album, but I don't know how many times I've played this. It's just so amazing. It's a Liberty pressing. It's still got the Van Gelder stamp. Probably near mint. I can't afford an original, but this is still fine for me. So then the next question is a guitar-led jazz session. So I'm sure everybody's gonna have this on their list, but this is Midnight Blue by Kenny Burrell. Amazing, as you all know. I don't really have any other guitar-led jazz sessions other than Grant Green, but they're all reissues, and I mean, they're still good, but this is probably one of my favorite. Alright, so the next question is a piano-led jazz session. I got Mal 3 by Mal Waldron. Hope this gets a reissue one day, but this is fine for me. It's a Deep Groove OG Mono. I know that there is no OJC of this, so this is pretty desirable, as all his stuff is. I'm glad I found it, but I wish that I could have gotten Mal 2, because Coltrane's on there. So the next question is organ-led jazz session. So I got Shirley Scott here. I don't really have too many organ-led jazz sessions. I got some Jimmy Smith, but I like this one. I prefer this one. I prefer Shirley Scott. I'm still searching for some of her stuff. Soul searching some stuff that she did with Stanley Turrentine. It's crazy. It's immensely underrated. Next one is a trombone-led jazz session. I'm sure this will probably come up too. This is a Kai Winding. Amazing. It's underrated. It's pretty affordable. I think I got this for like $15 or something. It's VG Plus. I think it's maybe a second stereo copy, but I don't really need a first pressing. I mean, this is fine. Alright, I'm back. My camera shut off, so I'm just gonna jump right back into it. Number 10 was a jazz funk record. So I got Donald Byrd, Street Lady. This is a sealed copy. I'm not sure if it's an OG. There's so many early pressing variations, so whatever this is, it's fine with me. I'll probably never open it, but maybe one day. Then the next one is number 11, a jazz fusion record. I'm sure this will come up again in many other lists. This is In a Silent Way, Miles Davis, OG stereo. So probably VG Plus copy. I recently got this probably within the past month. Next one is underappreciated jazz album by an artist you love. So we all love John Coltrane, but I don't see this album come up enough. Stellar Regions is just a crazy release. Very underrated. I say it's up there with Love Supreme. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it right now. The record is probably about $120 on Discogs. They rarely come up on eBay. If they do, hop on it, because the vinyl is so much better than streaming it. The way this was mastered is just crazy. It's on 200 gram vinyl, so you know you want it. I mean, just look at that cover. This was done probably Interstellar Space around that time, so it's still good. So definitely look for that if you don't have it. Next one is a live jazz album. This is my favorite live jazz album that I have. Probably favorite of all time, favorite live album of all genres. This is Lee Morgan live with the Lighthouse. This is the West Coast copy, so this is the first pressing. I know that the Liberty copies, people want those too, but I think this would be considered the first pressing, the first true OG pressing. So, I mean, it was recorded on the West Coast in California. So, the next one is a Supergroup jazz album. I'm sure we all consider this a Supergroup jazz album. I mean, Bill Evans is on here, Eric Dolphy, Freddie Hubbard, Roy Haynes. Oliver Nelson is just so amazing in arranging music. And I mean, Paul Chambers is on here too, so there's bass lines in the beginning. Definitely amazing. In my opinion, I'd say it's probably better than So What, intro to that. So I love Kind of Blue, but Paul Chambers on here really shines. Next one is number 15, an album by your favorite jazz artist as a sideman. So I got The Dealers here by Mal Waldron, and John Coltrane's my favorite artist, so he's on here. And this is OG Mono on Status. I'm not sure why this wasn't on New Jazz, but it's on Status, and because Status had some reissues from New Jazz, so it's kind of confusing, but first pressing was on the status, so that's what I got. And this is probably a VG Plus copy, and I got this along with Art Pepper Meets the Rhythm section the same day, so did pretty good. The next one is a jazz album more people should know about. Joe Henderson in Japan. I wish this would get a reissue. I probably overpaid on this, but I got it. I love it. Probably played this over 20 times. I've had it probably about 2 months now. I love it. This will probably go to the grave with me. Wish more people would know about it. I've posted it to Instagram. I have an Instagram account called A Man in His Music, and I posted this, and a lot of people seem to like it after they see my post. So, alright, I'm back. My camera cut off again, so I'm on number 17, which is an album by a jazz artist that should have been bigger. I got Kenny Dorham here. We all love Quiet Kenny. We all love Lotus Blossom, but I think the best version is on here. 2 horns, 2 rhythm. Lotus Blossom is on side 1. This is an OG mono copy. So many amazing songs on here. Very underrated. This is pretty rare, but I don't think it gets the love it deserves. So, got this for a pretty good deal. I think it was like $37. Alright, so my camera cut off again. I really gotta fix it. But I'm on number 18, a jazz vocal album. So I got Beverly Kenny Sings for Johnny Smith here. This is a OG mono copy on Roost, and I think we all know that the Roost labels tend to fall off, so mine fell off. This is an amazing album. Beverly Kenny's so underrated. She's got a pretty saddening story to her. I definitely recommend you guys go check her out. Her albums are pretty pricey, so if you come across one in the wild, definitely pick it up. Alright, the next one is number 19, a jazz album not many talk about but you love. I know a lot of people don't love Albert Ayler, but personally I do. I've been getting into him probably about the past year or so. This is probably one of my favorite albums, Newgrass. A lot of his stuff is, it's pretty out there, and a lot of people don't like it. Some stuff is pretty pricey, like on ESP. I know there's a couple that go very high, which I'll probably never get, but this does it for me until I find one of those. This is an OG copy. VG Plus. Alright, then the next question is a record you hope to find in 2022. My number 1 that I hope to find this year is Pita Al Duid by Alice Coltrane. A lot of people pick them up, usually in front of me. I'll probably pay highly on them, but I want a VG Plus copy. I see a lot go on eBay. Even VG copies going for like $300. Personally, I want a VG Plus copy, so I'll just wait for one of those. But some other ones I'm looking for, Lee Morgan Volume 3, which I just got the other day. I'm hoping that turns out good. It's not an OG mono, it's a Japan promo from '78, so I hope that's good. I'm looking for Today and Tomorrow by McCoy-Tyner. I've been looking for that for 2 years. I don't think I'll ever get a copy. I want an early copy. I don't want the 70s green label on Impulse, but I think I'll find one this year. I'm really trying to. Then another one I want is Evolution by Grishan Mankur III. I love that album. I've been listening to that a lot recently. Lee Morgan's on that. And then I got 3 that I really need. I've been trying to complete my Coltrane collection. Right behind the camera I have a shelf full of Coltrane, and I got a spreadsheet here with all Coltrane's releases on here, all his sideman albums. I got it organized by date that he recorded them. I mean, you can see here, got a lot of stuff on here, 2 pages. So the ones that I'm missing are Jazz Way Out, which I got a pretty good lead on one right now, so I hope that turns out. I don't know how to pronounce this one, but Tangiak Strut. That's very, you don't see that too often. And then Mainstream 1958, which Coltrane's on a few tracks, but I'm to the point now where the stuff that I need for him is albums that he really doesn't play on all the songs. But those are the ones that I hope to find this year. And then next one is number 21, a new release or reissue you're looking forward to this year. And like Tunes from the Man Cave said, like Chris said, keeping up with the tone poets, but there's one tone poet in particular, and that's Breaking Point by Freddie Hubbard. I can't get the OG, so I'm really looking forward to the tone poet release. I'm trying to think of anything else. I think Karma by Pharoah Sanders got a announcement for Acoustic Sounds, which I have a copy, but I'd like to hear that on Acoustic Sounds. I like the treatment on that. And then I hope vinyl I hope things really keep up with it. So I don't know what we'll see this year, but I know that Analog Productions has a lot of stuff in the works. I've seen them talking about that on their YouTube channel, so I'm pretty happy about that. And then Blue Train is getting a tone poet, so I know that they have a Music Matters release, and that goes SRX pressing. I seen went for like $350 the other day on eBay, so I'm sure everybody will be happy about that. I have a Liberty pressing with the Black B, so it's good for me, but I'll definitely pick up the tone poet. Then the next one is 22, which is the last question. It says you have time to save one jazz record. Which one do you save? I probably spent about an hour thinking what I'd pick, and if I could pick 2, I'll show the 2 first, but then I'll show which one I'd really like to take both of these, A Love Supreme and Coltrane Live at Birdland, but I know I can't take A Love Supreme. I gotta take Coltrane Live at Birdland. This is my first introduction to jazz, really. I found this, well, I started collecting probably about 3 years ago now, and I found this album probably about 3 months in. I have 3 copies of this. I have the 70s pressing, the rainbow pressing, which I've played the heck out of. And then I have the 70s, like the 74 green label. That's the first copy that I got, but I got this OG mono, which I love. I've longed to hear this album in mono, so this definitely did it for me. It's in VG Plus, probably near mint, I'd say. So I'm pretty happy with this. I've probably played this more times than I can count. And then I actually just finished my college semester a couple days ago, and I had to retake a math class because I failed it. And each time I went into a test, I took it back here on my computer, and I put this album on whenever I started it, and I actually passed the class. I got a 93 in it. I got all A's on my test, so this album worked wonders for me. So, and that was the last question. So that's my first YouTube video, and then I hope to be posting more. My first introduction to the vinyl jazz community on YouTube. So I'm pretty happy to start with Tunes Tag 2022, and that's all I got. Thank you.